I just kept on coming up with things that would make sense to me why she would do something so terrible. And I didn't do nothing to her. Me and my daughter was talking in the kitchen like that night that was cooking the Thanksgiving dinner. My daughter said, Mom, you done nothing. You literally done nothing to her. And she put us out in the street after she took your money. And I said, yeah, she did. And I always think about how could she do such a thing. Her family had to put her up to it. Maybe she did it because she was desperate to get back with her husband. I don't know. At the time, that's what I was thinking. Enjoy the video. But if you feel yourself getting sleepy before the video ends and you enjoy the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you comment and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And share my videos. Share my video, my loves. I miss you guys. I know you miss me. It's been so long since I did story time. But I said I would do story time. Keeping my promise of doing story time.
Testing 1 2 1 2. It's been a long day. You just wanna go away. You can't sleep at night, and now I'm here. I can't promise tomorrow, but you're gonna feel out today. We can tangle it away. Now I'm here.
Hello. Welcome back to ASMRTheChew. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to bring you some relaxation sounds. We're going to chew gum, and I'm going to do story time. Yes. Makeup, chewing gum, story time. I know. So exciting. Just relax. Just relax. Relax. Bringing you to a calmness. Calm. 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 Calming. So relax. Okay. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Welcome to ASMRTheChew. We are very happy to have you here. I have this Trident burst of flavor, the watermelon Trident. So I think this one is peppermint. So moisturizer on. Number 7, illuminating triple action. The main reason why I do ASMR is to bring you some sounds. So, just in case you're new, which I'm sure you may be new, but I do have my special spirit of lights that of course been riding with me for a long time. And we all are ASMR lovers. So ASMR is autonomous sensory meridian response. And it's tapping, doing different things with sound, which can be triggers to tingles that you feel in your head, to the back of your neck, down the spine, or you may just feel happy for no reason, or feel better, and most likely sleepy. Most ASMR bring you to a calm. And eating sounds, chewing gum is good for I use it for when I'm having anxiety. I have severe anxiety, so chewing sounds help bring me to a calm and help me relax so that I can sleep. And sometimes the sounds just make you feel relaxed, period. You don't have to have anxiety or depression to enjoy ASMR. Okay, it's been a minute since I did story time, but I'm gonna tell you what led me up to wanting to do story time, because my son was leaving real soon, and he wasn't gonna be able to be home for Thanksgiving. So I decided that I would cook Thanksgiving dinner. Me and my daughter was in the kitchen together. She was talking to me while I was cooking, and my son was upstairs playing the game. This is Hangover Facial Primer by Too Faced. And I was cooking a hen for my son, and I cooked some veggie. They were like, what you call them? They almost look like turkey breast or chicken breast, but they was really small. It's not a patty, but it was like cutlets, like chicken cutlets. They were vegetarian, meatless cutlets, which taste just like chicken. They say everything that tastes good tastes like chicken, but it did taste just like chicken. It was really good. Some rice. First I made some broth, and I put some onions and peppers in it, and some basil, some parsley, using my foundation, and this is by Becca. I've been liking this foundation a lot. Like when all the lighting's on me, it seems a little bright, but when the lighting's not on, it's like the perfect color. And so far so good. I'm not gonna give up on the foundation, but this foundation was recommended by one of the special spirit lights, and I really appreciate it. I really love it. I still love MAC foundation, but I am loving this foundation right here. I think it's because it's full coverage, and I like the way it goes on my skin really nice. Me and my daughter was just laughing, and we were conversating, and we were just thinking about the past. And every time Thanksgiving come up, I always think about my past and stuff that happened, and you know, where we were and where we are now. So I had told this story a long time ago on my channel when I first got started, because I do ASMR, but actually what I do mainly is relaxation videos. I am a relaxation channel. I am not a eating channel. I am not a makeup channel. I am not a vlog channel. Altogether, I am a relaxation channel. And whatever's going on in my life, whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm eating, I share with you. And I started my channel basically to help other people who are like me. I went through some things in my life, and one of the traumatic things that I've been through is finding out that I had a bone disease, and I had ended up getting severe anxiety along with the bone disease, and ASMR has helped me tremendously. So that is why I do ASMR, to help other people. And I started talking about my life and telling my life stories. You know, sometimes I like to bring humor. I like to make people laugh. And sometimes I just create a video just to help help you forget about your problems, help you forget about your pain that you're going through, or maybe just to help you sleep, or to bring a smile to maybe a baby or a little kid's face. You know, adults too, young people too. You know, I love making people happy. But when I first started my channel, I told this story. I had this best friend. She came into my life during one of the times she was best friend was in my life. And I'm not going to go into details about like that story, but that was the story that I was talking about. I helped my best friend. Let me try to give you a quick rundown. After I lost that place, I didn't have nowhere to go at all. Basically, me and my kids became immediately homeless. My best friend offered me to stay in her house, and at the time, you know, I did like I had a little bit of money, but so I would stay like in a hotel here and there, and I kept trying to like get myself together, trying to make money so I could find like a place for me and my kids to stay. My best friend came to me. She was telling me that her husband was going through problems because he was cheating, and he was moving out the house and he was taking her girl. And she told me that he didn't tell her that their house was up for foreclosure. So I helped her out so that she could be able to save her house, and she was able to get the house out of foreclosure. And she was like really happy, you know, that I was able to help her out instead of me going to go get my own place, because that's what I was going to do for me and my kids. My best friend lived in a very nice suburb community in a beautiful house, and I had never ever lived in the type of house that she was living in before until later on down the line. But at the time, I had never even had an opportunity to live in such a beautiful house. So when she came to me and made me an offer that me and my kids can stay with her, and she can use the money that I was going to use to get my own place with my security deposit and pay my rent, she could save her house out of foreclosure. And at the time, like, I loved my friend. I loved her so much. Like, I didn't even think like, I felt like she was like a walking angel in my eyes. Like, I just didn't see no wrong in her and no bad in her. So at the time, when she asked me to give up my money and help her out, I was thinking, one, my kids can go to a good school. Two, my kids will be in a nice neighborhood. Three, we'll be finally living in a beautiful house. It's like overjoyed that she asked me to live with her. Below my drops, I'm just going to add a little bit to my face and add a little bit more foundation. So, we definitely moved in to the house, and all this happened right around the middle of November, and everything was like working out really good, you know. And I was really happy. She was telling me that she was really happy she was able to save her house out of foreclosure. She made me feel like she really appreciated me, and that she was so happy that we used to be friends. Like, she used to tell me every day that she loved me. She'd say, "I love you, Juanita." That's exactly what she used to say. I thought she was my real true friend. This woman was closer to me than my sisters. Matter of fact, friends. We were like sisters. Remember that this is just a quick rundown. This is not like the whole story in detail, as I already told this story. But you'll know how when like some time go past and sometime you say to yourself, everything happens for a reason, but you really don't know the reason, and you know one day like certain things gonna come to you. And I was thinking about my daughter was in that kitchen cooking. It was like a movie playing in my head as me and my daughter was talking, and all the memories started coming back to me. And I remember when I told this story time, this what I'm about to tell y'all didn't even come to my mind. I had no clue. I still didn't understand in my heart why somebody who's supposed to be like a sister and my best friend would betray me so badly. So let me get back on track. Let me put my concealer on real quick. You know, when you're doing makeup in story time, it can get hard because you're so focused. Like you're trying to stay focused on your makeup and Jen's trying to stay focused on telling the story at the same time. I'm using this NARS concealer. This NARS concealer is fabulous. I love it. I hope that you are enjoying the chewing gum sounds. I've been staying in her house. I don't know if I said it or not, but I have been staying in her house for like, oh my God, I'm in Houston. You can hear the ambulance. The watermelon flavors just smell so good. So after staying with her for about 2 to 3 weeks, Thanksgiving was coming up, and I had got so comfortable that I didn't even think in my mind that I need to even be looking for a place whatsoever. She made me feel real comfortable. Let me make this quick, just in case you knew and you haven't been riding with me. My best friend that I've been talking about, that was like a sister to me, after I gave her my money, agreed that I would stay with her, with my children, to help her save her house. To help her save her house. Put me and my kids out on Thanksgiving, the morning before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was the next day. That morning, I got up. I got my kids ready. I never left my kids with her, like left them behind. And I was taking my kids to my shop, which is Hours of Floors. And I was going to prepare to get to Thanksgiving. was made for the tables, which were fresh flowers. So I was going to get all of the flowers made up so that I could start my delivery. That afternoon, and maybe do some like in the morning for Thanksgiving Day if I didn't get it all delivered. She put us out. I'm gonna tell you how she did it. I had told my kids to get up and take their shower, and I'm gonna go downstairs and get them some breakfast made up. When I got downstairs, I was shocked to see that she was woke. She was already fully dressed, as if she was going somewhere. And I told her, I remember saying to her, well, I'm going to the store to work today. If you're not doing anything, if you want to help me out, I would really appreciate it. And actually, I really needed her help because I didn't have money to like pay employees basically on my own. So I thought that she would offer to help me, but she didn't. And she was like, just what she said, she was like wiping off the counter. She was like, nope, I'm spending time with my family. And I was like, what? You spending time with your family? Now I know y'all saying, well, what's wrong with her spending time with her family? The problem was, told me that her husband had left her. He took the two girls with her, and he had left her for another woman, and the two girls didn't want nothing to do with her. That she wasn't speaking to the family, so I was just like, what? So I was just like, whoa. So when you start speaking back to the family, is everything okay? And she's like, yep. And I was like, okay. So in my mind, this was like shocking news. So I was expecting her to kind of explain what went down when she talked to the family, how everything going, how's the girls doing. She didn't say nothing. She was like really silent. And you know that feeling when you like gotta pull teeth to get somebody to express how they feel or to talk about what the freak is going on. I was studying, like asking her questions, and she was giving me freaking one word answers. Nope. Yep. I was just like, okay, is everything okay? She's like, yep. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and fix the kids something to eat, and we're gonna head on over to the shop. And I was saying to myself, well, I'll find out what's going on later. Maybe something went down and she's just not ready to talk about it. That's what I was thinking to myself. So after the kids finished eating, it was time to grab their little bag and let's get ready to go. She came up to me. She was like, you're gonna have to take everything with you. And I was like, what you mean? You're gonna have to take all your stuff with you. You're not gonna be able to come back here. I was like, what are you talking about? She was like, well, my family's coming back and you're not gonna be able to stay here. And I was like, okay, I ain't got nowhere to go. She was like, I'm sorry about that. And I was like, okay, I gave all my money to you. And she's like, and I appreciate it. And I was like, okay, so even if your family coming back, this is a big house. Why can't we stay? We can stay in one room. I don't mind. We can sleep on the living room floor. And she was like, no, it's about me and my family. And I was like, about you and your family? I was so confused. This woman literally came up to me and told me that the day before Thanksgiving that I had to take all my stuff out of her house, everything that I came with, and I couldn't come back, and I had nowhere obviously the agreement is off. And she said, I'm going to give you back your money, but I don't have it now because I paid the foreclosure. And I was like, wow. Like, I was focused on the fact that I had to get to work, but I was so angry inside. I just felt like, okay, let me go ahead to work and I'll try to call her later. Like, this can't be real. Two-faced setting powder on its way. My kids were standing here. I could see this fright, like they was frightened, like in their face, like because they were so happy. They were so happy. They felt like they finally was gonna be okay. And my kids were like, my daughter was like 9, and my kids were little. My son was about 5 or 6, and my daughter was about 9 or 10. So me and my kids, we headed out to the shop, and I went to work. So I'm not gonna get into that detail because I already told the story. So, but I just wanted to give y'all like a rundown of what happened. Now this is where the story time take place, as far as how things started coming back up in my memory, and I was just thinking about things. Because during that time I was really hurt and I couldn't figure out why would a person do such a terrible thing, especially to somebody that they considered like a sister. She put me out of her house, and there was nothing I could do about that but try to figure out what I was going to do. Now, that night came, and me and my children ended up staying in my bathroom at my shop. I had a shop, I had a big storefront, and then it had a big warehouse. It was huge, and it even had stairs. But the problem was that it was a warehouse, so at night, mice would come out of the warehouse at night because the warehouse was like being outside. It wasn't like insulated or nothing, and it was like a big garage basically. And the storefront was really pretty, and it had a back door, but when you open it up, it's like a big outside warehouse, but it had like 10 doors, and walls around it, so it was nowhere you can stay. And plus, during that time of year, it was freezing cold because it had no insulation. It was no way that made my children could stay in here. But when I first picked up this building, the only thing I didn't like about it was the bathroom. I hated the bathroom. The bathroom was so small. It was weird. Toilet, and it had a sink, and it had enough room for you to kind of stand up in it and maybe back up maybe about 1, 2, 3 feet and go out the door. That was it. Bathroom toilet, the bathroom toilet, the bathroom sink. 1, 2, 3, the door. That was it. I hated the bathroom, and what I did was I put up no public restroom because the bathroom was too small, and it was right behind the register before you hit the warehouse. So when that girl done put us out of her house, I had to take whatever blankets I had and I put it on the bathroom floor. And me and my kids were so spooked out. The shop that I was able to rent is right behind a bar, like a night. I don't want to say like a nightclub. It was like a bar, but they had dancers, like go-go dancers and stuff like that. And me and my kids were like terrified Two, it would put us in danger. So we had to be really, really quiet, and we had to make sure that we didn't use no lights at all at night. Like once the lights went out, that was it. And the storefront had these big windows, so if I had to come out the bathroom for any reason, I had to like kind of like push the door open just a little bit and kind of like peek out there to see if anybody was near the storefront. And if nobody was out there, I would crawl on the floor out the bathroom and go get whatever I needed to get for my kids or for myself, and then crawl back into the bathroom so nobody could see us. We stayed for like the next few nights before all of that horrific stuff happened, because right after that, if you go back and watch the story, or if you watch the story, you know that she ended up pressing charges on me and had me go to jail, and my kids had to stay in the thing while I was locked up waiting to be released on my own recognizance, if I'm saying that right. It was completely horrible, but I'm not gonna get into like details, but but at the time, that's what she did. But at the time, she definitely pressed charges on me. I will put that story time at the end of the story, so if you want to go back so you can hear details, you can go back and enjoy the story. But what I wanted to talk about is I truly could never really understand why she did some of the things she did. Like I just really didn't get it. I was so, in my mind, I was thinking she must have been desperate to want to get her husband back, and in my mind I was thinking her family made her press charges on me, put her up to it. In my mind I was coming up with excuses that wasn't making her responsible, but just not wanting to see or understand like the truth behind everything. I just kept on coming up with things that would make sense to me why she would do something so terrible. And I didn't do nothing to her. Me and my daughter was talking in the kitchen like that night that was cooking the Thanksgiving dinner. My daughter said, "Mom, you done nothing. You literally done nothing to her. And she put us out in the street after she took your money." And I said, "Yeah, she did." And I always think about how could she do such a thing. Her family had to put her up to it. Maybe she did it because she was desperate to get back with her husband. I don't know. At the time, that's what I was thinking. This is what I want to tell you about the night before she put us out. She called me up. And she said, "Hey, I want to cook something special for you since I know you like yams." I said, "Okay." And she asked me what time was I going to be finished at work and what time was me and the kids going to be at the house. So I told her. She was so sweet. She had the fireplace going. And she put on a movie for the kids. And she was cutting up yams. And she told me she was making me sweet potato casserole. And I was like so freaking happy because don't nobody cook for Spirit. Don't nobody cook for me. So somebody cooking for me just brought joy to my heart, you know. I've been on my own since I've been 14 years old. So when somebody cook for me, it means a lot to me because I've been like cooking or fending for myself since I've been a kid. She asked me while we were sitting at the dinner table what was my future plans. I told her for my future plans, I'm going to be saving my money and I'm going to try to get me a better location as far as the business, but I'm just going to do my best at the location that I can get. And the worst part about the location where I was at, I was like behind another building. I wasn't even directly on the road, so no one could see me. So it was like I had to call customers or put out signs out front to show people that I was behind Flores was behind a nightclub. So it wasn't like where people see me and just drive in. So it was like when in a prayer, hoping that somebody see me and I make some money. So I was telling her that I'm going to try to get a better location. I'm excited and I'm happy and I appreciate everything that she's doing for me. And she asked me when I was going to get the location. I said, well, I'm thinking about, because she told me she was going to pay me back my money, and I agreed for her to keep a certain amount for letting me stay there, and I was going to pay her every single month. She told me around what time she was going to give me back my money. So I told her that once she give me back my money, I'm looking for another location then. So I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, the conversation was good, and I just felt so humble, and I felt at home, and I felt welcome. I used the Ulta eyebrow stick. It's actually eyebrow tint. Now, this is what bothered me, what I was thinking about for Thanksgiving. It really bothered me. It really bothered me. I was telling my daughter, why would she cook for me the day before she put me out and asked me what's going to be my future plans? And she knew she was going to put me out. Why didn't she tell me that she was going to put me out and give me a heads up? Why she wait till we were leaving out the door to let me know that I wasn't allowed to come back to the house? Why did she do that? What was crazy is when she put me out, I didn't cause no trouble. I don't know what she expected, but this is what came to my mind. She didn't realize how I was going to react to the way that she put me out. I don't know what she expected, but I don't believe she expected what happened. See, I don't move like a lot of people. I tread very lightly. Because sometimes moving too quick can cause you to have to pay worse consequences later. Like the worst thing can happen than what would have happened if you would have tread lightly. I tread very, very lightly, especially the fact that I'm a mother. At the time, I'm a mom of grown children now, but at the time, I was a mother of small children who I consider they were like babies to me. So when she told me that I had to leave the house, even though in my mind I wish I could have snatched her up and kicked her tail. I had children that I had to think about, and my children didn't have nobody but me. Nobody but me. And I feel like when you got children, you think about your kids first. You put your kids first. If you know doing something gonna cause you to get in trouble or cause you to go to jail, and your children are gonna have you, you're not putting your children first. And I put my children first. I thought about what could happen to my children. I'm always thinking about my kids in every situation. So I left, and I thought maybe I'll just call her later when she calmed down. And I was preparing myself to beg her to let me stay in her house because I didn't understand what was going on. So this is what me and my daughter was talking about, y'all. In story time, I told y'all I never got to get back in her house. She said that her family was coming home, and basically I couldn't stay there no more. And it was nothing like that that was it. I was shocked, but it was nothing I could do. It was her house. I'm in my store working, and thank God I had a friend that was very, very close to me that had me in their heart, and they were my friend contacted me with a share, let me know that her husband pressed charges on me and that I need to turn myself in. There was a warrant out for my arrest. And at that moment, I was like frightened because I'm staying in my bathroom on the floor with my kids. I got nowhere to go. I got nowhere to leave my kids. And now I gotta go to jail. So me and my daughter was talking about that. And I'm gonna tell you something. And y'all can watch Storytime to find out, what happened when I had to turn myself in. But I'm gonna tell you what I thought about, what really came to my mind. Because I didn't react the way that she thought I should have when she threw me out her house. I believe in my heart, there's nothing in me don't tell me that if I would have started yelling at her or act like I was so pissed off that I wanted to fight her, she was gonna call the police. She was gonna have me locked up. That's exactly what she wanted. She wanted me locked up. But at the time, I didn't know that. That wouldn't even have entered my mind because I didn't even think that way about her. I was just confused. I just didn't understand what was going on. She wanted me locked up. And I couldn't even figure it out. Me and my daughter, over the years, I would say to myself, I would say to my daughter, she must have been jealous for some reason, but I don't even understand why would she be jealous of me, because this woman had a great job. This woman had a husband. This woman had older children. I had little kids. She had older children. This woman had a house. This woman had a new car. Her husband had a truck. And I didn't have anything. I was sitting up there really struggling, just trying to even feed me and my kids. Like, just sometimes my kids would eat and I wouldn't eat anything. I was thinking to myself, like, why would she be jealous of me? But that's the only thing I could think of at the time. I couldn't think of anything else. But I was thinking, no, she wasn't jealous. I don't feel like she was jealous. I feel like she was a manipulator. She was a liar. Let me tell you why. From the moment, I'm telling you my memories, when I started thinking about this, the answers came so clear to me when I was in that kitchen cooking dinner. From the moment I met her, she walked in my floors. She knew I was a good person. She knew that I was the type of person that once I make a friend, I'm a die-hard friend. Like, I'm gonna have your back. She knew, and she started her manipulation. She started doing whatever she can. She saw me as an entrepreneur. I had my own business. I was making my little hustle, selling my flowers, making my money. I was doing so good until my landlord pulled a whammy on me and I lost my business. And she saw that I found me another building right away. She knew from the moment that she met me that she was going to manipulate me and lie to me in some way. This woman was in trouble with her house. Her and her husband knew that they done lost their house to foreclosure. So she got close to me and she made me feel like she was like my sister. So when she came to me and told me, you know what, instead of looking for a place, you can stay in my house and I can use the money that you was going to try to get you a place and save my house from being in foreclosure, and your kids get to go to a good school. physical manipulation. She had never intended for me to stay in her house when she had me locked up. I'm telling you, this is what came to my mind. Her husband, her daughters, and her thought about how they can get my money, get me out of her house, and then she wouldn't have to pay me back because I was homeless and I was out there with 2 kids. And once she put me out of her house, I was going to be mad and she was going to call the police and they was going to lock me up. And then they was probably going to take my kids from me, and it was nothing else that I can do. That's what I felt like. It sounded like, why would somebody do all of that? And that's exactly what I believe, because people will smile in your face. People will give you a hug and tell you that they love you, and they would take the biggest knife they can find and stab you in your back. And that's exactly what she did to me. She stabbed me in my back, and for a long time I was always thinking she was jealous. She wasn't jealous. She was a manipulator. She didn't care for me. She didn't love me. She didn't care for the fact that I had little kids. All she wanted was what I had. And to get what I had, she became this fake friend. Fake. She pretended that she was like my sister. She pretended that she cared about my kids, when all she wanted was $6,000, because that's all I had. That's all I had. The $6,000 to save her house. That's all she wanted. And she didn't want to have to pay me back. So when she told me I couldn't stay in her house, I left. I'm out my business. I left. When I called her and asked her, can I please just stay? I told her that she let me stay for a couple of more weeks. I'll be able to find a shelter. I'll be able to do something in a couple of weeks, and I'll be out here. She told me, no, I can't stay. And she hung up. I'm going to use Ulta eyeshadow primer. I know y'all thinking like, Spirit Girl, your mind was going. It was. It really was. It really was. All I could think about was me and my kids being on that cold floor. Being in that bathroom. I'm a spiritual person. I don't really like having a title when it comes to religion. I personally feel like religion is a map to spirituality. That's just my opinion. So And I ended up liking her church more than I thought I would. I think I liked it more because my children loved it. Well, we ended up becoming good friends. She had 2 teenage daughters, and they both was in high school. And at the time, during this time, I had 3 children, but my children weren't as old as her children. So she started helping me out inside the floors.